In physics, maybe you remember from high school, in physics there's something called PE, potential energy. Say like you got a big spring and it's all coiled and compressed and quivering. There's a restraining force holding it in, but if that restraining force is dislodged, blam. Scientists actually know how to measure this restraining force when you're talking about a spring or a volcano or a roller coaster about to drop down an incline. It happens in people too, of course, the force building up inside. The pressure created by rage and frustration, and it builds and it builds. I don't know that scientists have a way of measuring this in people, but it's the same idea. If that restraining force is dislodged. We now come to one particular restraining force. It's a gate. A crowd of 20 or so inmates, riled up by a run-in between a guard and a prisoner that flashed and escalated, they begin to pull and bang on this gate. Now, this gate I'm talking about is supposed to be held in place by a steel rod. The rod is supposed to go 6 inches into both the ceiling and the floor, but when they were building Attica, the rod in question is made too short, so comes this day in September, and these guys are yanking and banging on this gate. The rod in question snaps at the weak point. The gate flies open, unleashing all of this energy that is potential no longer. 3 guards are nearby. The prisoners pick up broomsticks and baseball bats, and they visit their rage on them. From here, the prisoners get a hold of a set of keys, and they end up controlling much of the prison, including one of the yards, D yard, and they take hostages. Guards and some civilians who have had the bad luck to be there. So now they got hostages, they got something to negotiate with. Something to make the authorities talk to them, and they want to observe us as part of this, which is how I get the phone call and why I take that flight. We're escorted into D yard, which is this huge open space, where they've set up a table, and that is where we sit. This table, facing something like 1,200 men. Each of us has to make a statement. When it comes my turn, I look at this huge crowd of men who have seized power from a system that has systematically degraded them. And I am hit with the full weight of the fact that they've asked us to be there, asked me to be there. One of them, a man named Flip Crowley, he seems to recognize me from my run-ins with Judge Hoffman, my contempt citations. He says, "Hey, brother Kunstler, what'd they do to you in court?" And I go, "Oh, the same thing they did to you, brother." And we hug, and there's this cheer, and suddenly by acclamation, I'm asked to be their lawyer. In the flash of one moment, I have 1,200 clients.